You are now plugged into the Social Plug Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? You are plugged in to the Social Plug Podcast, where we connect you to level up and where we discuss ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Always, we love highlighting people. We're always powered by Social Plug Media, and we are in the Greenleaf studio at Greenleaf Health and Wellness in beautiful New Braunfels, Texas today. Greenleaf Health and Wellness is also today's episode sponsor. They're not just a CBD shop. They are a boutique. They have apparel. They have all kinds of stuff. They have drinks. Anything that you might think they might not have, they probably do. Earrings. They even have CBD water and beyond. You can find those guys at greenleafnb.com. The man behind the scenes is my counterpart, my right-hand man. The very festive J-Rock. What's going on?
You say counterpart?
My counterpart.
Okay,
you're my partner,
Okay,
my man.
I didn't know what that meant, so I didn't make sure I just counterpart.
So let's discuss. Counterpart is somebody that's on my side, my wingman.
Okay, gotcha.
My guy, my right-hand man,
I'm your guy.
my confidant.
All right, okay. I just want to make sure with the court.
Yeah, man. So
I thought you were about to like go in a fight, and I thought it was gonna be like your corner.
Oh, like a competitor.
I thought you were
No,
about to go in a
me and you don't compete, man. we
I compete, but I don't know about you.
Yeah, hey,
Remember?
no,
That's
me
what
and
he
you don't
said.
compete against each other.
Oh, against each other? No.
No. Hey, I'm a high level competitor, and so are you.
We're like the Heart Foundation, or like DX, or
DX.
What's the tag team?
D-Generation X.
Yeah. Yeah, we tell a couple people to suck it.
No, I
sometimes,
think
man.
we would if we were discussing WWE and in comparison to us, we're the Road Warriors.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You animal or hawk? Which one are you?
I think I'm animal.
You animal? You are an animal.
I am an animal, man. And you're an animal. You're getting ready for Christmas. You got the
I see
festive,
this, man. We're getting
festive
festive.
ornaments behind you. You got the Christmas tree.
Heck yeah.
Are you ready for Christmas, J-Rock?
I guess so. I would say so. I like this is the favorite time of the year for me.
And
I
why
like
is
how
that?
everybody's in the spirit. Everybody's in the spirit of giving, and this feels like it just changes people's moods sometimes. I like the cold. I wish it snowed. I've never been a part of snow, by the way. But yeah, other than when it did the other time.
You were never been a part of snow. It snowed here about 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, like when that happened, yeah. But come on, was that really like snow? I don't think that was snow.
My man, that was about 2 feet of snow. It changed the whole game in Texas.
Really?
Now Texas is prepared. South Texas is prepared for snow.
I hope
Hopefully, all that talk about the grid and all that stuff, maybe somebody made some changes.
Yeah,
But
put
who
us
knows?
on the grid, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, TikTok, Greenleaf got a new TikTok, by the way. So shout out Greenleaf for always having us in here. And it's called is it the Green Lounge?
The Green
The
Lounge,
Green
yes, I
Lounge.
believe so.
So go check that out. Their TikTok, by the way. So, all right.
So back to Christmas real quick before we introduce our very, very special guests.
Yeah.
Are you a
Yeah.
giver or a receiver? Do you like to give or receive better?
I'm more of a giver. I think I'm just naturally, I think that's like my,
Your love language?
well, yeah, I don't know about that one.
Well, I don't know if I can talk to you about love languages, just me and you talking.
No. I don't think so. Not right now.
Yeah.
But I think I'm a giver because year round I give. I give my time. I do a lot of good things for the community. So I've always been a giver. So that's where I'm at in Christmas as well.
I think as I progress in age, I'm becoming more of a giver. And it makes me feel good because giving back to people makes me feel good. That is my gift.
Yeah.
Because I feel good about myself. They feel good, and it's a win-win for everybody. So if you guys are thinking about giving to the community and giving to others, make sure that you do that. It'll make you feel good.
Heck yeah.
Speaking of giving and giving back to the community, my special guests are none other than Tiffiny Dawn and Zach.
What's up?
What is up, guys?
She's like, what's up?
How are you? Hey,
love it.
I'm loving the hat, by the way.
This is my favorite hat. Favorite hat for the last, I don't know, I've had it for a year now.
So you guys are musicians, and I've seen you in a lot of different gigs. So you guys make people feel good. You give the gift of influence and the gift of music. Music is a crucial part of our lives. Music can make you feel good. Music can make you feel bad. It can make you feel sad. It can pump you up in the gym, and it can kind of be mellow. It can set you in the mood for a date night or whatever.
What's your song to go to the gym, Johnny? What's your song?
You know what I listen to in the gym? I listen to Godsmack,
Okay.
Voodoo, and those kind of things.
That's not
I Stand
bad.
Alone. because it kind of pumps me up, and I feel like when I'm working out, I'm on an island, and there's nobody else but me and the weights, or me and the track, or me and whatever. And it's just me
You
against the
gotta get it,
world.
yeah.
Because I think if you don't have that mentality, if you're just there, I'm just here to enjoy myself and lift some weights. No, you're there on a mission.
You are.
You're there to accomplish some goals.
Yeah.
Every day is a goal. Every rep is
Yeah.
a goal.
You have to change your like mood, or maybe even like how you're thinking, and like just changes everything. Like Mike Tyson going into
Right.
a fight, right? So like even with, so I would ask this to your music artists. Like, do you feel you have to change like your brain when you're getting ready to go and entertain the people?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to get mentally prepared for what you're about to do. Just because, I mean, I don't know, when we have kids, so usually we're doing kid stuff before we have to perform, and so you have all that going on, and I'm like, okay, now we got to get our heads straight.
Yeah.
We got to know what we're coming here to do, and yeah, if you're having a bad day, it's just like a normal job.
Right.
You know, you leave that at the door,
Yep.
and then it's showtime.
And like words from Drake, you got to flip the switch right when it's time to
Yeah.
to get out.
Flip the switch. And I kind of want to, I wasn't quite done introducing you guys.
my
You guys
bad,
are a
guys.
husband and wife combination. You're a duo. You're a power couple. All right. And you do this together. You do life together. And we'll get into those kind of things that you do together. You're not only on the stage influencing people in music, but you're parents together. You're influencers. You're educators. I think you're both teachers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're music teachers as well. So you help people artistically, and you help people with their music, reading music, playing the instruments, all that, and beyond. So no pun intended, how instrumental is that to people's growth?
that was pretty
I mean, you're doing a lot of things, and you guys are doing big. So I kind of mentioned, when I first saw you guys, I was like, okay, I went to the Faust Hotel, the historic Faust Hotel here in New Braunfels, about 8 months ago, maybe a little longer. And I saw Tiffiny Dawn Band. I'm like, okay, let's just go see, listen to some live music. Cool. So we got there and we were blown away. We were like, wow, these guys are not just a band. They make you feel good. Your voice is incredible. So hopefully later on in the podcast, we can hear just a snip of your voice.
Oh, yeah.
So you have original music and you do covers as well. But your voice, it has kind of a raspy tone to it. It's different and it's definitely unique. My wife loves it. So whenever my wife, Jessica, sees the Tiffiny Dawn Band's going to be somewhere, she's like, oh, we're going.
Hey,
So,
thank you,
and
man.
it's a win-win. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a win-win because I get to maybe have a few cocktails, listen to you guys, and you guys are very entertaining as well. So you guys mentioned your husband and wife, you have kids. How long you guys been married?
So we're actually not married.
Okay. Okay, but you're almost.
Yeah, but we've been together for about 4 years now, and it really started.
Common law, my friend.
Yeah, it's
Texas,
common law. No,
you're
it's
married.
common law. No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the books.
Yeah.
It
But
feels
it's
longer.
we've been together since COVID.
Okay.
Actually, is how it all started.
So you started playing during COVID?
well,
or were
I-
you playing well before together?
No, so I was actually living out in Illinois
Okay.
during right before COVID, and
Okay.
when COVID hit, I came down here to help out my sister 'cause she needed help babysitting,
Okay.
and that's when Tiffany and I met was through my sister out here, and I don't know, since we met, I stuck around, and that's really how it all kind of started.
So you didn't swipe right on Tinder or nothing like
No,
that.
no,
You
no,
met.
no. It was actually it was
It was
just by
very
chance.
unintentional,
Yeah.
very organic, I guess.
Yeah.
Is a good word for that. His sister is my best friend,
Okay.
and I met her through my old job.
Okay.
And she talked about having a brother, having a sister, but we never went into detail about y'all too much. And so I knew he was her younger brother.
Is that like taboo? You're like, oh, I'm dating your brother.
Well, yeah, sort of. I mean, I've never dated anyone younger than me either.
Okay.
So
Is he way younger than you? He looks very young.
Not way.
No
Not
way.
way.
It's 4 years.
4 years?
4 years difference.
So age is just a number. It's your experience level and your mindset.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of that. I'm 7 years older than my wife, but she might be way more mature than I am.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
You
like
got
a big
that
old
right.
kid.
You got that right.
I'm a middle-aged man and I'm a big old kid. People are like, dude, how old are you, man? You're embarrassing us over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm probably the more mature one.
Definitely.
Definitely.
No, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think us males, it takes a little longer for us to
Yeah.
kind of mature.
Zach, I'm gonna say it on this platform. You leveled up, my friend, by hanging out with this young lady here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you guys make a dynamic combo. But when she gets on that stage, she steals the stage. Nothing against you, Zach.
No.
We love you. But she steals the stage, my friend.
Yeah.
Yep. So you guys have a great relationship. You guys do a lot of traveling to different venues, different gigs, things like that. How is the life on the road? Is that pretty cool?
It's it's fun. It's always interesting, especially gigs that we haven't been to before. We'd never know quite what to expect, and sometimes they.
Oh, I will tell you about one. So there's a place that we go to in Bend, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Bend, Benn?
Bend, like
Yeah.
Bend.
like the Big
Yeah.
Bend.
Okay, the
but
Big
it's
Bend.
Bend, Texas, and it's right by Llano. I don't know if you know where Llano is or Lampasas.
Yeah,
Okay.
passes.
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
It's in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, when we first started, we were just a duo. We didn't have the full band. And I tell him, hey, I got this gig for us. It's in Bend, Texas. It's about 2.5 hours away. And he's like, okay. So whatever. So we get in the car, right? We're driving. We're in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing in sight. And the GPS says we're there like in 5 minutes. And he's like, Tiffany, where'd you get this gig? He's like, you got it from Facebook, didn't you? I said, I did.
It
I got
was
from
like
Facebook.
it was like 30 miles without like a rest stop, no gas
There was like
station.
nothing, literally nothing.
it
and
was
he's like, we're
nothing.
gonna die. You set us up to die.
Like, so you start thinking about like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and
okay.
Yeah.
and
100%.
Jason.
In that area, hell yeah.
Yeah, especially out there in the middle of nowhere. So was this like, did you perform like in an actual venue with people, or was it a
Yeah.
farm?
So-
funny enough, this venue has become his absolute favorite place to play at.
That's awesome.
Look at you.
Yeah, it's Bend General Store, and it's at a general store out in the middle of nowhere. And they got, I don't know how I explain it. Is they had chickens on the stage, and there was
Yeah.
a swimming pool out in the audience,
There was
and the signs that you read
That's
there are
awesome.
just
Crazy.
hysterical. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So chickens on the stage.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that. Have you ever performed with chickens on the stage?
Not
the
until
only
there.
venue.
Yeah.
The
and you know
ro-
what's funny? Because there's a chicken that literally gets on one of the speakers like when it's filling the music.
Yeah, we're on the drum set.
Really?
Yeah.
So cool.
It's crazy.
Do y'all
And
do the-
it's there clucking and doing its thing, pooping everywhere.
No, there's not even. It's just like, I don't know. It's just
You don't have
used
to avoid the-
environment, I guess. No.
It's not a setup that they do like, hey, we're gonna put this chicken up here before somebody.
No,
No,
Like a
prop?
no,
performs.
it's actually if it likes your music, it'll come up.
Stays on the
That's so
stage.
cool.
Does it get up on its perch and do anything like that?
It's done that
Yeah,
on drum
it has.
sets before. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Man,
is
you guys
so
got?
cool.
Do you have any video of that?
I don't know.
Somebody has to have recorded
Yeah.
some video
That'd
of
be
the
I can
cool,
take a
chicken.
picture of it on stage. The chicken.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure
I don't
y'all
know if I
y'all
have a
have to
video.
do the chicken dance. So y'all do the chicken dance.
Yeah. So that's probably a running joke too. Right? Anything like that?
No.
But it is the only place that we can play at where there's chickens on the stage and an above ground swimming pool in the audience, directly in the audience. So it's like,
Wow. It's probably got to
so
be the
random.
only spot that people in that area can go get. If you said, do they call it a general store because it's just a store, or they call it the general store because they just call it?
No, it is a general store.
Yeah?
And then they
Beef
like,
jerky and all that stuff in there.
Yeah.
everything's
Okay.
there.
And then
Awesome food.
Yeah.
they do live entertainment though attached to it. And
That's so
it's
cool.
right next to Colorado Bend State Park.
Okay, we need to
Okay.
definitely check that out.
That's
J
really
Rock,
cool.
Yeah, maybe you can put up some photos of this, or
Yeah.
I want to see somebody performing on stage with that damn chicken there.
And then Bend General Store, their Facebook is pretty
Oh,
it's
his
pretty
Facebook
funny
is
too. His
hilarious.
commentary on there is pretty
The owner, his
funny.
name's Brett Callie, and he's just awesome. He's super fun. He is like the ultimate, I don't know, what would you say? Dad joke teller.
Oh, really?
We love those
like
guys.
constant jokes,
Johnny-
constant. He's just cool. But when you first meet him, he has this real serious look kind of about
Yeah,
him.
yeah, you have to sometimes.
Like Zach's like, I feel like he's in the mafia,
Oh.
the Italian mafia.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah.
Does he say that?
But once you get to know him, he's just, oh my gosh, he's so cool.
That's
He's a cool
awesome.
dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Big shout out to what's his name again?
Brett Callie at Ben General Store. I don't know if we're
Boom, right here, you good.
Big shout out. There you go. Hey, so we
That's
got to give a big shout out to the Ben General Store here on the Social Plug
There you
Podcast,
go.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, when I always travel wrestling, when I'd go to, like, Edinburgh and, down, close to the border and shit, Laredo, they would have these small stores. I don't know exactly where we're at, but I remember, like, they were probably the only store in that area, you know what I mean? They don't have, like, H-E-Bs and stuff in some parts of Texas. But where was that again? By
Lampasas.
Lampasas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right
gotcha.
outside Colorado Bend State Park.
Okay.
It's probably
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
closest
awesome.
location. We also met one of our favorite fans, Ronnie, there, who
Oh, yes.
And why is Ronnie your favorite?
well
Or one of your favorite?
He when we first saw him, he was wearing this like kind of yeah.
It
will
is
you-
so toilet bowl cleaner.
Yep.
So he has it cut in half, and he has shoelace that wraps around his neck, so he can make sure his wallet and his keys are safe. And he's like,
Wow.
he's older. He's he's older, and he's just so memorable because
he's nothing but positive energy.
he's nothing but love.
That's
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
need
but
you need
he's
those
so
people in the
sweet.
audience.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He called. Well, we just talked to him the other night, actually, like at 1 a.m,
Mhm.
and he's just he'll tell you the same stories that he's told you before, but you don't mind listening to it because he's just
Yeah.
it's just so sweet.
Yeah.
Like he's so cool.
You probably meet a
Like, I
bunch of different characters
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
at every single venue, and then and you they keep you going.
Yeah.
And you remember the toilet bowl cleaner, and you remember all that kind of stuff, and it's good good memories for you. When it's
Yeah.
all said and done, you can be like, I remember them, and you influence them, and they influence you at the same time.
Well, definitely. I mean, we really try to, make connections with, the people, the audience, people that are appreciating our music. We definitely try to show appreciation back, and
Yeah.
that's how we kind of built up our following that we have now. Is
Yeah.
just
lot of
talking to
them-
people on breaks and after the show.
Yeah. A lot of them have become like seriously our best friends. I mean, we meet up. My mom makes fun of us because she's like, everyone you hang out with is over 50
Mm-hmm.
and over 60. Some of them are over 70, and they've become our best friends. But Wednesdays is like the new hot spot. I'm doing it.
Where at?
Bootleggers.
At
We go to
Bootleggers,
Bootleggers
yeah.
every Wednesday,
Okay.
and we hang out with a group of, I don't know, 6 to 10 people who we met through our shows. And we just hang out. We have pizza. Zach plays pool with them.
They got free pool.
So-
But it's pretty cool getting to know
It's-
them too, just as much as they like hanging out with us.
Right,
It's
right.
cool hanging out.
Great
with them,
conversation as well.
Yeah.
You guys talk music, you talk life, and you just talk about people stuff.
Yeah.
It's ordinary people, and they have a great story to tell. So big shout out to Bootleggers. We love Bootleggers as well.
Yeah.
It's connected to the Oyster Bar. I believe it's the same owners there, J. Rock.
Yeah, Dave and Cap. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say that you, and I'm sure y'all know this, but those people, you'll be surprised that that's their highlight of the week sometimes. Like y'all doing what y'all doing, hanging out with them, or even having your regulars. In this town, when I used to do pro wrestling, we would just gather, like, sometimes just the kids and the dad. Then you started seeing the mom coming. Then you started seeing the grandma and the grandpa coming. You're like, oh shit. And then you start building this relationship. And sometimes I learned this, and this is all business. Like, yeah, we're doing what we're doing, and sometimes you get so caught up because you think about, even like I was saying, you're dealing with the kids, and then you go do performing. Sometimes these people, like, they get so caught up in what they're doing every day that they don't do that talking with their fans or just their guests that come and watch them. It means a lot to them. And again, maybe Ronnie, like, isn't his name Ronnie, you said?
Yeah.
That guy. That sounds like the Andrew for me. There was this autistic kid that always come to my shows, and that you could tell that was just his highlight of the month. You know what I mean? So, these whether I seen even at the Faust, the people they all get moving out there. I'm like, you see them sitting down and like, oh, oh, that's cool. They came out to enjoy this, and they're out there dancing. I'm like, dang, I wouldn't even think they'd move like that. You know what I mean? But it's definitely a highlight that you're doing this for these people, and that's awesome.
You're also influencing them to exercise with the dancing.
Oh yeah.
And some of these people got great moves, and they're in their 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that dance the most.
Yeah.
Literally, like, but not even just that. I will say this: people like above 60, they have a new energy, some kind of, I don't know what it is, but we went roller skating not too long ago, and I'm over there struggling when I used to be pretty good, right, when I was younger, and then I see two people fly by me doing all these moves. I'm like,
The jam
you gotta
skate.
be like almost 70 years old.
Yeah.
What is wrong with me?
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool.
I'm scared shitless to go skating, man. I fall every time. When I was younger, I had better balance, I guess. Now my knees are all jacked up, so I'm out there and knees buckling and falling on. It hurts. And I'm not gonna look stupid going out there with a bunch of gear on, with pads and elbow pads. I mean, how dumb would I
They have
look?
those things
They
that
have
you
those
can,
walker things.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can push it.
How crazy would that look if an older man went out there with one of those things? You would laugh just like you're laughing now, right? And you'd record it and you put it on TikTok, and then you'd I mean, it would go viral maybe. Like, look at this old man. He's really serious. He's not out there playing around.
He's determined.
He's serious.
Maybe this is an early stage for you to go practice using the walker.
Maybe I should. Maybe we should have a roller skating night or something like that.
No, I fall all the time, but it's so much fun. Just get right back. Just get up really fast.
But you feel
And
it the
then
next day, don't
Most people fly
you?
by and don't even see you.
Man, I remember the skating rink, jam skating, and people go backwards and all this kind of stuff, and you
That's
feel like
him.
you're. Is that you,
Yeah.
Zach?
he's
You're
good.
you're on another level, man.
Zach,
I
don't
couldn't do
take
that.
this the wrong way, but you look like you're like a hockey player or something, bro.
I appreciate
Well, he
that.
has his teeth.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know, but he just kind of just has the, I don't know.
It's probably from being up north, I
there you go.
guess.
See, yeah.
Well, you do have the hockey player look, and we mentioned earlier you have the Bill and Ted's Excellent Journey look as well. And what did you say, Tiffany? You said something else.
Jay and
Jay and
Silent
Silent
Bob.
Jay and
Bob.
Silent
Jay and
Bob.
Silent
Probably a
Bob.
mix of both right there.
Dude, and when you're on stage sometimes, I never told you this, but you have the American flag bandana,
Oh yeah.
Lieutenant Dan.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
We had
Yeah.
a lot of people saying that he should be in for Halloween this past year.
Yeah,
I got to get a wheelchair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or Born on the 4th of July. Do you remember that movie with Tom Cruise? You got that look as well.
All right,
So
right on,
we
yeah.
can, whenever we're done here, you can Google Born on the 4th of July. Tom Cruise. He has
we're
that
all
look.
we're like Johnny. No, that one's.
Yeah. No, it's it's different. You don't look
like more of our age. That's what I'm saying.
You don't look bad. You're a musician, my man.
Heck yeah.
You got the hair, you got the flowing locks.
He likes
That's
it when
what
people tell him he looks like Bradley Cooper.
I think that's more
Yeah,
more of
kinda-
you right
there
there.
you go.
I can,
I
so
think he
you
does
say he
look
looks like
like
Bradley
Bradley- he does
Cooper.
look like
No.
So
Bradley
I'm trying to
Cooper.
look at him. I guess I can see that.
That's what Tiff says from time.
In which movie? Which
I
movie,
didn't
Tiff?
say that. Someone else said it.
Which movie?
Terry said it that you look like him from what's the one with Lady
Silver
Gaga?
Linings Playbook?
A Star is Born.
A Star is
Born.
Born. Okay, with Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. So now,
It's like this right here. It's like that's what like. Now that you say that, it's like this part. Of
okay,
Yeah.
I can't
It looks
unsee
like
it now.
that. Yeah, I can
You're
see
you're
it now.
freaking Bradley Cooper, man.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
let's kind of get into your musical history and journey here. What instruments do you play?
So I started with guitar. So it's like my main instrument, but I mean now I play some drums, bass, piano, ukulele, harmonica.
Wow, that's awesome.
Dude, I love the harmonica.
Yeah.
Who plays the harmonica? That one that play Hook. What's that? Blues Traveler.
Okay.
He
yeah,
can play the hell out
yeah.
of some harmonica.
Yeah.
And there's some country guys. I seen Randy Rogers, his band, play some harmonica. And you play the violin?
No, that is one that I haven't mastered.
That's probably a
No.
tough one to
Yeah.
conquer.
Yeah.
So
Using the bow, it's hard to make a sound with just using the bow, and yeah,
So
I
that
haven't-
takes a lot of technique, then, huh?
yeah.
Really? Okay.
And I just haven't
make it
been
look so easy.
around a violin long enough to really.
You're good with the chroma harp thing. Is that what it's called?
you play a
Oh,
harp? That's pretty cool.
It's called a chroma harp. It's like a folk instrument. It's pretty easy. You just kind of press buttons and then strum on it.
That's cool.
Zach, I can play the hell out of an air guitar.
Yeah.
Especially when or some drums, especially when I'm listening to Phil Collins.
Yeah.
In the Air of the Night. The drum. Oh man.
The Mike Tyson.
I go crazy. Yes, Mike Tyson and The Hangover. I can play some air drums, some air guitar.
Cooper's in that movie.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yes. See. And let me ask you, what's your favorite instrument out of all those?
I would say guitar, piano.
Nice.
Are probably my top two.
And I love both those instruments, man. Piano, you got Little Richard, you got Elton John.
Yeah.
You got Lady Gaga plays the hell out of a piano.
Alicia Keys.
I
would always, if somebody always tells me, if you had a hidden talent other than singing, what would it be? I would like do piano. Would be awesome. That'd be cool. I love those videos on TikTok where those pianists where there's a piano and like during this either like a mall or something, they just start playing. Everybody turns around and starts looking. Because it's really, I think that's a really cool talent though to play piano.
So real quick, who's your favorite piano player?
Oh, that's tough. I mean, I like I guess even classical music. You know, Beethoven, Mozart.
Oh, that's old school. That's what I'm taking it way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good shit, bro.
Jazz stuff. Bill Evans.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Rock. I don't know what to say for a rock pianist.
What
Jerry
about
Lee Lewis is.
Great Balls of Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Came out in La Bamba. Well, he didn't come out, but his I know J-Rock's a big La Bamba fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a big La Bamba fan.
The Big Bopper, Richie Valens, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite guitar player or one of the top guitar players in your mind?
I'd say, Jimi Hendrix, a lot of, 60s guitarists, George Harrison from the Beatles.
Slash? You like Slash?
I guess the heavier rock, I
Okay.
wasn't.
That's a little too hard.
Yeah. So, no one that's super, epic.
But Dave Grohl, you like Dave Grohl?
From Foo Fighters?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Damn, Johnny, you know your music.
I know a little bit about everything.
Johnny knew a lot about
I know a lot
this
of fun
music.
facts and a lot of useless knowledge. We just talked about that yesterday. I know a lot of stuff.
Zach, do you feel like those guys when they go at it, do you feel like, yes, they're playing something, but sometimes they can just play whatever and it sounds good? Like, I don't know.
It gets to a point where it kind of loses, that musical sense to it. But
And
it
nothing
is a
against
skill.
it.
No,
Yeah,
not
nothing
at all.
against it at all. I'm
No.
just saying, but just like I feel like it's more talented to be like have to be able to play a certain way, like it has a certain tune. I guess.
Yeah, there was. I think it was like a Pink Floyd quote or whatever, but it's not about how many notes you play, but how you play the notes. More
exactly. Nice. Okay. Good stuff.
yeah.
Man.
Tiffany, what instruments do you play? Are you a straight vocalist?
I am beginner at a lot of. I like to play the drums.
It's pretty good at drums.
Really.
Maybe we can do that at one of your future shows here in New Braunfels. Maybe we can have you play the drums, and maybe
Well, we
Zach can
have.
sing.
We've gotten her up a couple times.
I need to see that.
drums.
I haven't
When they
seen it.
need the restroom, they are like, Tiffany, come do this, and I'm just like,
So do you get after it like Led Zeppelin or something, or
No.
What do you do?
No,
no.
she's
You just do
throwing
the
down
starter kit, like the little.
She throws down a solid beat, and then she'll end up getting nervous and just kind of ending
and then I'm like,
abruptly.
this isn't my instrument, I gotta get off. Yeah.
So vocals are your instrument.
Vocals is my love. I do like playing guitar. I don't play it a lot.
Acoustic, or you play the.
Acoustic.
Okay.
Yeah. Keys, very beginner on keys as well. But primary vocals.
So who got you inspired to play music? Was it an artist, or was it a family member, a friend? How did you get started? And how did you discover that you had a talent?
Well, if I'm being 100% honest, I
Yes.
was not good when I first started.
Okay.
I was not a good singer, really. But I've asked my mom this too. Like, when did I start like really singing or whatever? And she's like, you've always just done it since you were little. When I was 8, I had a Spanish teacher that would bring in her guitar and she would sing Spanish songs. And I really love the Spanish stuff. And I don't speak Spanish. My parents don't speak it, but my grandma and everybody else does.
And where did you grow up?
Raton, New Mexico.
Okay.
An itty bitty town. It's right on the northeast border of Colorado.
Okay.
So in the mountains, true 4 seasons, so true snowstorms and
There it is.
all that good stuff. But I moved to Texas at 17.
Okay.
I've been here since.
And Texas is a big musical platform. I mean, there's so many artists here, so many influences on music.
Oh yeah.
So what you're saying is you weren't good. You started off, and then people say, "Mija, you're not that good. Just stick to bigger dreams or whatever."
I guess I'm harder on myself. My mom said that she always saw the potential when I first started, since I was little, which is why she really pushed me on it. So our household was just constant music. Most of my friends, their parents were more concerned with school, like do your best in school and focus on that. My mom was more, music is priority, even over those things.
Right. And why was that?
Because I loved it so much.
Okay.
And it was the only thing that pretty much kept me grounded.
Okay. Spanish music was your.
I did a lot of Spanish
was your
and
love?
country. Spanish, country, oldies. Basically the same stuff I do now.
Okay.
More Spanish back then.
Okay.
But since I love so many different styles of music, that's why I perform so many different styles.
That's very true. You have such a variety. It's a wide range of genres.
Yeah. And we like the older stuff too. We don't really do a whole lot of modern. We try to throw in a few here and there. But for the most part, my heart is 50s, 60s, 70s is where I love the most.
So we'll never see you on stage singing Cardi B,
Oh my gosh.
Dua Lipa, who else? Ariana Grande, none of that kind of stuff.
SZA.
No, not
Who?
really.
SZA?
However, we have busted out some Eminem one
Hey,
day.
there you
Okay.
go.
Which song?
Just for the fun of it.
Just did the first verse.
What is
So-
that song?
You
To
only
like-
get one shot.
Okay. Okay.
That one.
I work
Lose
out to that
yourself.
song too. Lose yourself.
Yeah, lose
Yeah, yeah,
yourself.
there you go.
Yeah.
You know what song my dad works out to?
What?
Y'all know "Big Girls Don't Cry" by Fergie. Who works out to that song?
Your dad.
See, that's hey,
Oh
Tiffany,
my
I'm not gonna lie. That's what I look for. Because people listen to the craziest things. One day I want to be in front of the gym with the microphone and be like, hey, what's your song, that gets you pumped to get in the gym?
His was always the weirdest list. He'd be on the treadmill, like, getting it, and then I'd hear, there was a song, I don't even know if you know it, I don't even know the artist name, but it was like, I want to be bad. It's like a girl it's a young,
We need to look that
I
up.
don't even know.
You know what a lot of people tell me is the reason why they like that song is because they seen it either in a movie, a commercial, or something, and it pumps them up. So that way, whenever they go to the gym, they hear the song, it brings that memory back to the way it made them feel, and then boom, they're pumped up.
That is true.
I'm like, I was like, yeah. So that's why I asked, like, what's your your song?
There's this. Oh, sorry, Jay. Right?
No, go ahead.
About music, you hit on the head.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Predator.
Yeah,
You heard that with
Arnold
Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Do you guys remember that movie? Where they're out in the jungle and they're trying to, they get called in by some federal government, and their mission is to kill whatever is killing these men, right?
The Predator.
But it's the Predator. So when they're in the helicopter, they're going out there, and it's this group of badasses, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger, you got Carl Weathers, who plays Apollo Creed, and you got all these dudes. But Little Richard, Long Tall Sally, and I always tell my wife, she says, that's so dumb. But Long Tall Sally is playing, and they're going out on this mission to go kick some butt. And whenever I hear that song, I always think of that movie, The Predator, because it gets me pumped up. It gets me, my psyche going like I'm ready to go fight in a war.
Yeah.
So Long Tall Sally by Little Richard, although that people be like, what? No, that
That's
song.
so hilarious.
Yep.
Hey man,
What song gets you pumped?
yeah, there you go. Let's hear it, Zach.
Oh, some Tool.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I
Tool
seen
can be
them live,
pumped.
man. Tool, they go
Oh,
off.
really?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
them live, man, years ago, obviously. Do they still perform?
I think so. Yeah, they had an album come out
Recently?
not too long ago. Yeah,
Oh, dang, I didn't know that. That's
I think they're in their 60s now or something. Yeah.
Man, bro. To
real.
see these guys perform that are in their 50s, 60s, or whatever, I think that's amazing because I mean, I was on stage with Jerry and Jesse for 30 minutes, and I'm like, dude, I'm tired. I mean, I know we're jumping around and stuff, but they, you know, to see these guys still going at it, man, that's so awesome. So I got a question for you, Tiffany. When Johnny and Jessica are like, hey, you got to come see Tiffany, you know, and they do awesome. This whole band does great. I said, great, let's go listen to them. So I park across the street, and I'm walking across, and I'm hearing like the Hano. I'm like I thought, you know, I didn't know what to expect. I know, again, they said that you had a great voice, and you know, Dios Bamboo is great, but I didn't know you played, you know, like Selena and all this, you know, some Mexican music stuff. You said that you used to hear your teacher play that stuff.
Yeah. Her name's Mrs. Candelario.
Okay.
And the very first song she played for our class was called Cielito Lindo. And I asked her if she can teach me that on guitar. So she taught me. But even then, I've always had problems playing and singing at the same time. I can just do one or the other.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
But after that, I came home singing that song all the time. And my grandma used to listen to Spanish music too.
Yeah,
So
okay,
I would
that's what I
sing
was
a
gonna
lot of
say.
different Spanish stuff. And my mom would always be like, what are you singing?
Yeah.
What is that?
And are you Hispanic or what's your? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Um,
and you sing it well. I'm like, you know, whenever I was hearing you and stuff, and you don't hear that downtown. I'm sorry, you just don't hear that downtown New Braunfels, you know, at all. So I love that, and I think if more, you know, Hispanics were to hear that, I think they'd gravitate to y'all more as well. But I think that's really cool because, again, like I said, you just don't hear that much downtown New Braunfels.
So one of the reasons I'll be honest with this. When we were coming up with the set list for us to learn when we first started and when we had a full band, I was nervous about bringing in the Spanish because, like you said, I didn't hear it around this area.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, we can learn Spanish, but we're gonna have to go down to San Antonio and use that set list for here or there or whatever. And then we're like, you know what? No, like we want to do it though. So let's
Yeah.
just do it. And if people like it, they like it. If not, at least I have a song that I like that I'm singing for the
Yeah.
night too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so, I mean, it's been successful so far.
Yeah. Sounds great.
And surprisingly, a lot of people around this area, they do know the music, but they're surprised because they don't hear it very often out here,
Yeah.
like you said. So it's
Yeah. I think it's
been cool.
I think it's great, and it makes, you know, us Hispanics, when we do go around this town and we're expecting country or whatever, classic rock, when we hear that, it makes us feel good. I'll be real with you. And I think that's something that I would feel to tell you, like, don't get away from that. Like, but at the same time, even when I'm, excuse me, even when we're at a bar and somebody plays a specific, like, the Hano or something song, I'm like, why are we listening to this right now? But there is those other songs that when you hear it, you're like, oh, this is a great vibe for this song. And I think you do well with picking that. So, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So it was
Thank
like
you.
really cool to hear y'all play. And it was Selena, right? I don't want to I don't want people to expect that
So
you're.
no, we don't do a lot of Selena.
Okay, what was- I
I
forgot
know
which song it
I
was,
know
I'm sorry.
probably almost every Selena song from when I was little, but we do like Vicente Fernandez.
That's what it was, probably. Yeah,
Volver, volver.
yeah. There, that's what it was.
Sí.
we do Richie Valens.
Okay.
We do Grupo Frontera,
Yeah.
which is a pretty.
That's a good
They're are my new favorite right now.
So let me tell you something. Fun fact. We went to go to Faust to go see you, and we were walking in, and you were playing Grupo Frontera. Bebe Dame. That's one of, I wouldn't say one of my favorite songs, but it kind of is right now. My wife and I like it. It's a good dance song. You played that, and that's the first song that I ever heard you sing, and I was hooked. I was like, this girl's got it going on. And
See, it's the Hispanic thing.
yeah,
This-
yeah.
Yeah.
So Grupo Frontera, those guys are on another level. They're not just regional; they're national and maybe
Yeah,
global.
It's crazy. It's crazy. how
They are collaborating with a bunch of influential musicians as well. And I don't know too much about them. Is it one main singer or is it a couple?
I think it's two from what I've gathered, because every song that I've listened to, like there's
It sounds like different voices.
Yeah.
There's two different voices. But what I've noticed is like when I look up the song on Spotify or something, there's different versions. So there's one with just one of them singing.
Okay.
And then there's the popular version that I love
Right.
is with both.
Right.
So I'm kind of confused
cool.
too,
Yeah.
a little bit.
You can
but
sing the hell out of that song.
I like that.
So, and a hell out of a lot of songs.
Thank you.
We're very, very impressed, and we're not just saying that because you're here. We've been on the bandwagon for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, do you have an agent?
No, we do everything ourselves. Or I do all of our booking, all of our social medias, all of our. Usually, I pick most of our songs.
So, whatever you're doing it right because people are knowing about you. They're booking you. They're reaching out to you. They want you to come and play. You played at Krause's the other night. We saw you at Krause's. So I mean, you're playing at all these different venues now, and you're building relationships along the way. And that's how you do it. Organic marketing, organic relationships are how it's done.
So, social media is probably my biggest struggle with this whole thing because I wasn't on it a whole lot before we started the band. I took a long break from social media actually, and then once we started doing this again, I was like, oh no, I got to relearn how to do all this, especially Instagram. I never was on Instagram really before. So TikTok, I say this at most of our shows, we have the lamest TikTok. It is so lame. It's not cool because I can't figure out how to work my TikTok.
Yeah, you need some help. Let me know.
Maybe we can get
Yes.
J-Rock
Yeah,
to
I
help you
can
on
help you out
TikTok.
with that
J-Rock is a whiz.
Really?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh my
Definitely help you
gosh.
out.
I would love that.
We could do like probably like a sit down for like maybe a couple hours, and I can teach you a couple things. It'd be great.
Please.
Yeah, you don't.
It's not
Yeah,
good.
you don't. I think what a lot of people do, especially when you're an entertainer, you don't really have to do a lot. Like you really do not. Like there's so many things that y'all do that y'all probably don't even understand. Y'all can record like you toning your instruments out, or you setting up your mic, or you. It doesn't even have to be about you singing every time. You know, it could just be him putting the stuff into the truck before y'all go do a set. Like small things like that. Put some music behind it. Put
Having
the top
dinner.
song. Yeah, having dinner. Like I showed these. We went to lunch the other day, and I did like maybe like 5 clips of like 10, 15 seconds. And then I go to the editing and I go grab a piece of it and I put it in a ding, boom, we're good to go. And TikTok makes it a little bit easier sometimes, and actually CapCut does too. But yeah, it's you don't know until you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get it because everybody gets so busy. You know, trust me. But yeah, I could definitely help you out with that. That'd be great. Because I think I'll be real with you guys. Like, I've been in the entertainment business since I was like, what was it, like 19, 20. And when I say that, I was in pro wrestling. But when I went to pro wrestling, we would see actors. We would see, art, like, obviously music artists. We'd run into so many different people that would go to us, and then we'd work with them. So it was like, you see who has it. You see who brings a certain vibe to the entertainment business. And I see what y'all are doing. And I see y'all everywhere. And I see y'all posting and stuff, and other people posting for you. When you start seeing that, they're believing in you, and they want more. And I think it's kind of maybe a blessing in disguise that y'all don't have that yet. Maybe your craft or what you're doing now needs to get where you feel comfortable, and then you can add that right behind it, which is going to take you to the next level. So, maybe it's a blessing in disguise that you aren't there yet. But I believe overall what I'm saying is y'all do great, guys, and y'all should start working on that. So give you that boost.
People want to see the human element, the human factor, who you are.
Backstory.
Why should they go see you besides just listening to your voice? They want to know that they're investing in something beyond that. So that does play a big part.
And that's why we love what we do here. Like, to have a sit down with just anybody that's putting themselves out there, whether it's business, artists, things like that. People want to know more about you. And when they do know about you and they're like, oh, hey, Tiffany's, from New Mexico. Oh, I'm from New Mexico. Oh, and they just find the littlest thing, and they will gravitate to you even more. So, yeah. That's the pro wrestler in me. I'm sorry.
They like breakfast shots.
They
like breakfast shots. Oh, so do we.
Just things like that.
So, what are some of your biggest challenges that you've faced and that you've overcome?
Just within this year.
Or just overall, like what got you to where you are today? Was there something like a game changer, something that happened, in your life, and this is for both of you, that forced you to say, you know what, screw that. I'm not giving up. I'm not going to let this affect me. I'm going to go in there and do this. Was it a naysayer? Was it somebody that just irked you and you're like, no, I'm going to show them that that's not the way I am. I'm going to go and do this. Because you guys are doing great things. So that doesn't happen by accident. Something fuels that fire. Something irks you enough for you to say, man, I'm going to go out there and be great. Was there some kind of game changer?
I will say meeting Zach was probably a huge impact on me finally really pursuing, because I had his support.
Mm-hmm.
And in my adulthood, I didn't have a huge support system. I was more private, more isolated, I guess. So when I met Zach, he kind of gave me that, we can definitely do this.
Yeah.
Like, I got your back, you have mine. Like, let's do it. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it wholeheartedly. And I mean, I was selling timeshare I quit on my 13th year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew I did not want to do that for the rest of my life. And I knew that I missed music, performing. I mean, I'd always kept music in my life, whether I was recording or whether I was writing songs or whatever the case was, and performing a little bit here and there, but not as consistent as I used to do or as I wanted to do.
So Zach was the X factor in this thing. You meeting him, and I'm just trying to write the story here in my mind.
Yeah.
You meeting him was what you were missing, a support system, somebody to lift you up, and no matter what, you're having a bad day, he's there to say, hey, it's going to be okay. Let's go out there and crush it. Let's go out and go do this. And you did this together, and the rest is history. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are writing a new chapter in your life together, and having that support system as a female and as a man, just loving each other, and no matter what, you're going to be there for each other. That is mental freedom. I enjoy that every day, just having the mental freedom to know that somebody's going to be there for me, no matter how bad I fall or no matter how bad I fail. My wife has my back, and that is something so important that couples some don't have.
Yeah.
Some couples don't have that, and that's why there's bad decisions and failures and quits and all these things. But you guys ain't quitting. I mean, you guys are only developing and growing, and the sky's the limit for you guys. You haven't even touched your potential yet. You're kind of scratching the surface a little bit, but you got the voice. He's got the behind the scenes. He's got the whole music prowess. You guys are on your way, and now you hopefully have a social media following, get you on TikTok, and so the rest of the community and the world can see you. Because whenever you start a business, whenever you start a journey like this, you're always thinking about big, right? You want your name in lights. You always aspire, and you always manifest. That's the word of the day. You always manifest yourself being successful. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, you need to pack it up and go home. But everybody should manifest themselves being on that platform, being successful.
Yeah.
And you guys do it right. Has confidence always been there for you?
No, that definitely has grown through years and years of doing it.
Just repetition.
Oh yeah. When I was younger, I began performing professionally at 11. Like when I actually travel to perform and we get paid and all that good stuff. And my confidence was rough because my mom was really hard as far as like, she always said, if I'm not entertained, or if you look out in the audience and you see somebody not even paying any attention to you, they're not entertained, or whatever the case is. So if I wasn't entertaining her, she would leave the show, like mid-song, and she would give me the look like, no.
Did she leave often?
When I was younger, yeah. There were a lot of times I can remember, but I mean, I'd always get better and better and better because of it.
Let me ask you this. Are you focused on your mom? Or are you focused on the entire crowd and focused on your mission of going out there and entertaining?
Now I don't even see her.
Before.
Oh, before?
At that
11,
moment in
yeah.
time.
At 11, I was looking at my mom, seeing if I got her approval or if I was doing, crossing my T's, dotting my I's, all that good stuff.
That made it harder, I think, for you, and that put a lot of pressure on you as an 11-year-old kid. Because did you ever get discouraged and you were like in your mind, like, I don't want to do this anymore, because this is so hard. I can't. I'm not only performing for myself, but I'm performing for my mom, who's critical.
Yeah.
And kids in sports today, and J-Rock can attest to this, they're not focused on the game. They're focused on their parent, who's going to chew them out, or who's going to do either cheer or chew them out. And they're worrying about, if I mess up, I'm going to get chewed out in the car. I'm going to get grounded. I'm going to have all these things. So that I can see how that can be stressful for you.
That part's stressful. I mean, back then, of course, I was super upset. There was a period in time where I rebelled against it, of course. But in my adulthood now, I'm very thankful for it, because
Did that make you
I
stronger?
understand now. Back then, it was just more like, can't do anything right. Ugh.
Yeah.
You know, like, what am I supposed to do?
I sorry to get like in the mix of it with this, but I actually just had this situation 2 days ago with one of my 8th graders. I don't mind being the bad guy right now, because I know later on, and I've seen, because I've been coaching for 19 years, I've seen the process of all these kids. And if you're rough with them now, and not like, if you're tough on them now, not rough, if you're tough on them now with the way they learn things and go through things, as they get older, it doesn't bother them as much. And they've learned to go through that experience of how to feel that, you know what I mean? And you were saying you have a 15-year-old, correct? Or okay, so do you give him that same feel that your mom would, like in whatever that is that he does?
Probably. I don't know. I'm not as hard, but I'm also a realist in those situations.
Yes.
Like, I don't agree with, a lot of times with sports. He's huge in basketball. He loves basketball. It's his heart and soul right now. And I personally don't feel like, we're hard enough on kids now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like, what are y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll have those talks with them, like, well, you're gonna get the results that you're putting in.
Are you working
right?
hard? Are you giving 100% of practice? Are you doing this?
Well,
that?
and I've had that discussion with him. I said, do you really love it, or are you just saying that? And he's like, no, I love basketball, right? And I'm like, well, I can't tell.
Yeah.
I said, because we had this discussion last summer, because he was gonna have basketball tryouts for high school.
Yep.
I said, this isn't middle school anymore. This isn't a little league. This isn't, now you're really going to have to come into your own and fight for a position.
Yep.
And you need to prove it, and you need to be competitive, and you need to want it more than the other person wants it, or you're not going to get it. So I'm hard on him in certain aspects, but I wish other people were harder, though.
Yeah. Well, my kids, and we had this conversation with our friend group, with another couple in our friend group the other night when we went out. It's an investment, man. And basketball is my way of living. And so, like, these parents are paying money every month for us to do all these things with these kids, right? And I tell these kids, I don't sugarcoat anything. I said, look, you're here. I'm investing in you. Your parents are investing in you. You're investing in yourself. And you want to go to little Jimmy's house every Friday night and Saturday night? Hell no. Your ass better be in the gym one of those days, and you better go twice on the weekend. You know what I mean? And then how much are you practice? How much are you training? Because if I'm correct, you said you want to play basketball. You want to be at the top level. Now, if you just want to, have a little, play every now and then, we'll put you in these little leagues. That's fine. But in my perspective, where I'm at of the game, I play select basketball. I'm trying to get these kids to college, and you're telling me you want to go here, but you're doing the things that are not going to make it because these guys are down here. You want to be it's just all day long. So that is something that I get a lot from my parents of the kids that I coach, is that being hard on them, giving them reality, being real with them is what people need now. Because Kobe didn't get that. Jordan didn't get that. They got reality of what life was to be at the top. So that's just the way I coach too. But that's good that you're hard on them as well.
So do you think your mom made you better by holding you accountable and forcing you to understand
Great question.
about the it factor and the entertaining factor? Because people are there to watch you, and if you don't entertain, you're not performing, just like in basketball or in sports. You got to give a show.
Oh yeah, for sure. She, if she wasn't as hard on me, I wouldn't have gone anywhere with it, really. Because I mean, no matter what, especially at 11 years old, you need some guidance, right? You need someone to. It's new to all of us at that time. So I mean, yeah, I'm thankful. She's, it's helped me a lot, and it's funny because even at the shows now, when we started performing a lot more, I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom, I think you gave me I'm having flashbacks of like, if I see her in the audience or she'll tell us, my mom's very blunt. So she'll tell us like, I don't know why you do that song. That's not a good song.
Yeah.
We'll come off stage and she's like, I've seen you do that one way better. Or like, she's still very critical.
Right.
It's all coming from a place of love now. I know that. But now it's, the game changer is now it's just instilled in me. Now I don't have to work so hard.
Right.
To be
Right.
a certain way.
Because you're on another level now. You're on another stadium. And I know Mom supports you, but pleasing her is part of your, and that when Mom's like, wow, that was great, you're like, man, we killed it.
Oh yeah, there's a sense of ha.
Yeah. Got him.
Ain't nobody walking out today. Yeah.
Yeah. So hell yeah, I think parenting is hard, and it's kids are a lot more sensitive, I think, than when we were growing up. We were hardcore. We had alligator skin. My mom told me I sucked. Okay, I sucked. But today, if you say that to kids, they're gonna be a little bit more sensitive. But being it's just a balance. Should I be too hard or be too soft? Because you don't always want to be hardcore, because then kids will resent you, and then you're gonna get away from what you're really trying to teach them. Because then they're gonna say, I don't want to. I'm quitting. You're too hard on me. Because I've seen that before. Kids in basketball, softball, baseball, all that kind of stuff. But music is life, and those are life lessons. So that is the game changer. And now that you surpassed that challenge when you were younger, it gave you all these skins on the wall. Like, man, I accomplished this, and now you have him to support you. So now that even elevates you even more. So good. I'm glad that happened to you.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for your mom for telling you that
Thanks,
she was
Mom.
going to walk out on you, because we wouldn't have known who you are today, and you would have had the confidence. You would have quit. So what advice do you have for young, because I see on TikTok, there's this little girl, she's like 8, 9 years old. She sings these Selena songs, and she gets up there, and she gets it. She wows the crowd, and she has all these videos. But and I know there's tons of aspiring young ladies and young men. What advice do you have for them at their young age? Knowing what you know now, and we'll rewind to where they're at. What do you have for them?
I would say just do what you love to do and do it with all that you have. Put your heart and soul into it. Don't listen to the negative feedback so much, because it's really, and if you do, use it to help you just better yourself. But I say just don't give up.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do the damn thing.
Yep, just do the damn thing. And we always have the same advice. There's too many people that just want to quit and give up because they have naysayers. And I think that is just a bad way of looking at things. But like I said earlier, people have these reservations and these mental blockages, because not everybody is. I had this conversation with my daughter. Not everybody can be the CEO. Not everybody can be the boss. Not everybody can be the chef. But you can get in there and you can create a path to do it. Maybe not now, but later on down the line. So for these young aspiring musicians and athletes and just business owners, entrepreneurs, you can do it. Your time is coming. It's going to happen. And if you have parents that are critical of you, just let it ride out. It's there usually from a piece of love in their heart. They want you to be better than them.
It's all tough love.
Yep, it's
all it
tough
is.
love.
Yeah.
And my parents are hard on me, and I'm glad they were, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
So good on you guys.
My parents weren't hard on me, and I'm mad that they weren't. You know what I mean? So there's other people that go through that crap too, you know. Zach, I got a question for you, bud. When did you start like playing instruments? You play a lot of instruments. What got you into wanting to play one, and what was the first instrument you started playing?
So I think I first got a guitar when I was 8 years old, and I think it was just from I don't know, probably MTV was a factor.
Heck
And
yeah.
then just people that were coming around the house were musicians and stuff too.
Okay.
And, some of my sister's friends and stuff. And so I started taking lessons when I was 9 till 11, like 6th grade.
Okay.
And then I kind of just started doing my own thing from there. And then I think it was 17, I really kind of buckled down on it, and I went to school for it, a community college. And I mean, there's, where I learned a lot on music theory, music history, started doing piano there, singing, stuff like that.
Your parents were your parents behind you on your music journey, or?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
they weren't musicians themselves, but
okay.
I mean, they definitely, even when I didn't want to go to lessons and stuff, they were dragging me there no matter what. So yeah, no, they've always been supportive in
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Good stuff.
Hey, Zach? What's your favorite decade of music?
It's probably same as Tiff's, like 50s through 70s. I feel like is, I mean, the best for our American music. But I mean, I got an appreciation for the big time. I mean, I kind of mentioned classical music, stuff like that. I'd say like 90s is really like the cutoff line, or it kind of like starts, it becomes very selective.
Yeah, I think that's for all of us.
Yeah.
I think 90s to me is the best era of music.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because none against the 50s
Heck
and
yeah.
60s, because they were definitely trailblazers. All those 50s set the tone for the future. But in the 90s, you had rap, gangster rap. You had grunge, from Red Hot Chili Peppers to Nirvana. You had
R&B,
country. You had R&B. You had all these, and every single week there was a new hit on the radio. Just constant. Smashing Pumpkins. Michael Jackson was big in the 80s, but
Creed.
I mean, there was.
Sorry, just
But Michael Jackson and Prince were still very dominant in the 90s. So all these different artists were amazing in the 90s. But now in like 2000, 2010, it kind of fell off. Music is completely different. Country is more pop now, and I haven't really heard a real country song in at least 20 years. That's
Country is even kind of rap now a little
rap.
bit. too.
Yep, I've seen
Yeah.
Nelly on songs, and it's crazy.
There's auto tune.
Yeah, auto tune. You got the what's that guy's name?
T-Pain.
T-Pain. Look at that on the
Oh yeah.
on the spot right there.
Yeah, T-Pain.
So music is just all over the place. Are we gonna hear a song later on
Yeah.
here for you guys?
Yeah, we could do
So
one.
before we get into the song, what is your favorite song?
Oh, my favorite.
Our top
song?
two.
Let's do this. What is your favorite song, and what is your favorite song to play?
Because I have a few more
That's
questions
a
after that
hard
too.
Question. Okay, so favorite song just to listen to, like. I listen to so many different. I guess one that's never left the playlist, like I can listen to that song every day, is "Return of the Mac."
Oh, hell
Return
yeah.
That's one of my
of the Mac.
favorites.
Mac Morrison.
That's timeless.
I love that song.
That's a good one.
And in
That
30
gets
years,
me pumped.
Hey, that one gets you into
That
the
one
gym.
gets me pumped. Yeah. And then to play. Ooh. So if you guys have been to the show, we always close with "Come Together." That's one of my favorites to play
Okay.
because that one gets me kind of pumped.
Beatles.
Yeah, that one's fun.
That's timeless as well.
I like performing "Folsom Prison."
Little Johnny
I was gonna
Cash.
say that's probably mine.
Really?
I
That
think
one's
it's
fun.
safe because I can sing karaoke, Folsom County Blues, because it's safe for me.
Oh.
I hear the train a coming.
Yeah.
It's rolling round the bend. See? I mean, I'm not going all out doing it, but if you give me a little tune and stuff, I mean, I'll sing some Johnny Cash.
I thought Johnny was I
Yeah.
thought Johnny was about to open up for y'all right
That
now.
was that was confidence right there.
man.
Look at that.
So
Ooh,
let
we're
me
gonna
ask you
bring him
this.
up on that song.
Local, national, who would you love to collaborate with on a stage?
Ooh, that's
Either it could be local, it could be bigger stage, and this is for each of you. It's a question for each of you.
Ooh, that's tough.
There's so many that I would.
Top two.
I would like to play with Logic, bro. Like
With
do
who?
a rap song with Logic.
Logic.
Yeah, while they're thinking right now. Yeah, Logic would be like, or even if I could just get on stage and sing with somebody, it would be Logic. He's freaking badass.
Yeah.
I'd sing with, I'd do a rap with Lil Wayne.
Hey, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I would pay to see that.
That dude is one of the best lyricists
Yeah.
that's ever been created.
Do you know
Him and-
he doesn't even know his own lyrics?
No, because it's
When
all
he-
off the cuff.
Every time he goes and like when he makes a song, it's just off his head. So then when he goes somewhere to perform it, he has to have people print out his lyrics. So when he performs it, he knows he sings the right. He says the right words.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And he flows like a you know what.
yeah. Anyway, go back to the story.
I love Adele.
Oh,
I would.
nice.
That would be a really cool opportunity.
I think Chris Stapleton too would be cool.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Chris Stapleton is one of my favorites. Actually, we were on a different podcast it was a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, I said, if I could be like, if Chris Stapleton and Adele had a baby, I would want to be that baby. Musically, not.
Right,
you know
right.
What I mean?
I know
Hold
what
on
you
a
mean.
minute.
No, I love
We can
that.
edit this, right?
Right, yeah. I always say the same thing.
You just remind me of Pineapple Express, by the way.
But would the baby look
I
like
love
Chris
that
Stapleton
movie.
or would it look like Adele?
Ooh, well, it would look like me.
Okay, it would look like you. Okay. So a little
I'm
bit
the
of both.
baby.
Okay,
There you go,
you're the
right?
baby.
There it
okay.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the baby. So yeah, Chris Stapleton, Adele, Paul McCartney, that would be cool.
Yeah.
He's still performing and doing things. So,
Ringo.
I mean, that would be awesome.
Dang, how old is that guy?
Like an 80
80.
something.
Yeah, 81
Wow,
or
see,
two.
he
that's
still
what I'm
brings
saying,
it.
man. That's
Right,
what
Zach?
I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
The last concert I went to was years ago, but it was REO Speedwagon,
Oh.
and they're much older.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They showed up to their show 2 hours late.
Oh, really?
2 full hours late.
Is
They
that how long it
started.
took
Did
for
they
them
bring
to get to-
tacos at least?
to the building?
But they still rocked it out. Like they still sounded like their album. Like,
These
it
guys
was
probably have to like perform
crazy.
like every 3 days, right? They cannot go back to back or 2 days. Like they got to wait 3 days. Or
I don't know.
something.
They came on that stage
Rocked it.
fueled on all kinds of just
Yeah, man.
you know.
Ben Gay and Geritol.
yeah.
No, man. Hey,
on Red Bull.
I'm not dogging either because again, man, that takes some talent, man.
No, but I'm like, I can't even hang like that. And
No.
these guys
Do
are
you-
up there just.
Do you think that's a repetition thing? Like Mike Tyson can still box. I'm sure, like Jordan can still shoot basketballs and do a couple moves. Like, is that just something that you might build through repetition over the years, do you think? Like,
I
even
think
with your
so.
voice, like, you got to keep singing. Do you lose it if you
Do
don't
you do
sing?
lessons?
Well, I mean, we teach lessons, so I do vocal lessons with our students, so it's kind of constant. But I have lost my voice, especially performing as much as we have been here, because this is the most that I've performed since I was 17
Oh, okay,
years old.
gotcha.
And we do 3 to 5 shows a week. I just counted our shows for this year, and we were at like 162
Wow.
that we've done.
That's
Man.
awesome. That's a blessing.
Day 4, day 5 of the week, I'm feeling it. Like my vocals I'm tired. I'm exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And
But look at REO Speedwagon. They're not tired.
I know, but I'm like, shoot, they can do it, right?
I can do it. So, like, do
But-
you do anything to recover your voice?
So constant tea.
Teas, okay.
Tea's a constant thing.
Tequila.
No, I can't do tequila on any day.
It's
That'll
more hottie toddies or whatever.
Yes, hottie
there you go,
toddies.
hottie toddies. Yeah.
honey, even just by itself, I'll eat
Yeah.
honey. We go through honey
Cough
like
drops.
crazy, like
Cough
ridiculously.
drops, yes.
Yeah.
Cough drops every day. I have cough drops.
Yeah, I used to hear from like friends that are older than me that used to like be around like Selena because these guys used to wrestle in Corpus and work with Selena's family. That her mom used to always tell Selena, "Stop talking,
Yeah.
stop talking. Like you don't need to be
That's my
talking
mom.
right
Hey, that
now.
sounds like someone we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't need to be
Yeah.
using your extra voice right now. Like you just stop talking."
Well,
After-
it doesn't
you know.
help when you make me yell at you a lot, too.
that too.
I have to yell at you a lot. And I feel like you pick and choose the worst times.
You see, Zach, what's going on with you, man?
I'm like, you did this on purpose, didn't you?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good after day 5 of.
So how do you
gigging.
coach her up, Zach? Like, hey, you need to we care what somebody else does. What's going on?
I tried to, but she kind of just does her own thing.
Well,
So-
he's very sweet, though. He will make me, like, he makes him coffee in the morning. He'll give me tea.
That's
He'll,
awesome. Yeah.
Before every show, my tea is already in the car. he gets it prepared. He knows how much honey. He knows. I got a good one. He's
Yeah.
That's good.
He's a
Very
keeper.
sweet.
So before we get into your song here, what's your legacy?
Ooh. I feel like legacy has changed so much because when I was younger, it was just, you want to be a star, you want to be all these things. But I think now, because I'm a mom, it's more for them. It's more just showing them that you can still, like, if they love to do something, just do it.
Mhm.
Just like we talked about earlier. But I hope my legacy is just me being real. We try to be ourselves as much as possible every time we perform,
Genuine.
and that's super important to me because a pet peeve of mine is there's been artists that I've really loved or I've loved their voice or whatever the case is, and then they're on my list to go see and watch, and that's even been in the recent year, and then I meet them and it's just like, oh,
You feel let down.
you feel like
It's not always good to meet your heroes.
no, and I don't want to be that. I want to live up to what I'm doing. I want it to be as organic as possible.
Yeah. I love that you go, like J-Rock mentioned, you go talk to everybody, as many as you can. And a lot of artists don't do that. Hey, we're going to go on break, 15 minutes. And they're out doing their own thing. And they don't even talk to anybody. But you guys take the time to talk to people.
Yeah,
and I think that's
we,
special.
When we made the band, we had a talk with the musicians. We have a talk with every musician we bring in because that's been a struggle. Finding musicians that are as passionate and as determined,
goal-oriented,
motivated, driven, all those things. They all fall into one, right? And they all lead to success. But that's hard to find, especially in this time and age, I think. Everyone's so quick to give up. Or everyone's so quick to see what else there is, or you know what I mean? But
I think sometimes it even takes, and I'm just gonna be real with you. There's a lot of people again that I've seen perform in this town, and they think just because they're at one place for so long that they don't have to go say hi to you. It's like that you're supposed to come to them, right? And I think that's something that is I don't know if that's an artist thing, or I don't know if that's just a person thing, but in the world of entertainment, you have to go out there and put yourself out there a little bit more. And I think you'll find those guys that have that drive when they see what you are doing, more of it. You know what I mean? And hopefully, I'm sure you'll find these people. But a lot of it is, you also don't want to just bring anybody in as well, right? So you you got to look for those places and those things of where that's at. And I think that's where y'all as much as you are doing, you're gonna find them because y'all go out there and y'all talk to y'all's fans, y'all talk to people around you. It's all about the way we have to market and network. That's kind of like y'all's way of doing it too, right?
Everybody is a brand. You guys are a brand. Your band's a brand. You as an individual are brand, and Zach, same with you. Your brand is you're genuine, and you're very likable. You not only sing well, but you're a people person.
Yes.
And that is your brand, and that is your legacy, and that's your credibility and beyond. So we love hanging out with people, and we love going out to see people that are very genuine, and their brand is top notch. So thank you guys.
thank you.
And thank you
We
guys,
appreciate
too.
that. Yeah, we tried. We've had a talk with our musicians and just said it's important that, if you see someone coming out to see us and they've been to one show, two shows, like, take that time to get to know them because they've taken that time to come see you now, not once, but twice, but 3 times.
Yeah.
And it makes them feel good too. I mean, it's not just for them, but it's also for you. Like, hey, what brings you out here like this many like times, and what is it that you are getting from it? And a lot of these people have the same answers. It's the music that we play. It takes them back to a time. It takes them back to a memory.
Yep.
Whether it was their childhood memory or if they're older, it's like, this is a song that I grew up to listening to, or people our age are like, my parents used to listen to this, my grandparents. And so we try to do music also that everyone still knows, even if you're not a fan of that kind of music, you've heard it somewhere.
Yeah.
I think that's important too.
And they give you feedback as well. You ask, hey, how'd you like the show? How's it going? Things like that. And they give you the feedback, and they're honest with you. And what happens is if they go see you, they're gonna tell others about
Yep.
you guys, and that's the continuation of not only marketing, but continuation of building those relationships, and that's special. You can never ever take that away.
And some
So-
of our songs have come from them. Like they'll tell us, "Hey, you know, what would be a good one, fit right into your set," and we'll go learn it.
Thank you.
We'll come back and they're like, "You learned the song, yeah."
So you guys mentioned social media. What social media platforms are you on, and can you give us the handles?
So we are on Facebook. Under Facebook and Instagram are Tiffiny Dawn Band. TikTok is Tiffiny Dawn. And I think that's all we're on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll be playing 2024. You have stuff lined up already, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for 2024. We got a lot of new places that we're going to be playing at, new venues, new cities,
That's awesome.
new material. We're
Very
taking
good.
a couple weeks off now at the end of this year. Our last show for the year is December 23rd, which is going to be at Krause's.
Okay.
But that'll be our last show of the year. And then after that, we're going on break until January 5th, I think, is our next show after that. But during that break, we're going to try to come up with a lot more new material,
Get some originals.
get some originals. I'm not sure on the exact release date or anything like that, but I'm thinking May, June-ish is when we'll release something that's ours.
We'll make sure we highlight that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us
So-
let us help you figure out a way to do like a release party, a launch party, or something.
Yeah,
Hey, heck
that'd be
yeah.
awesome.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
We're behind you 100%. We're big fans, and we're very inspired by you guys. That's why I reached out and said I need to have you guys on our platform. Very important. So we're gonna go into having you guys sing a song. What song is this gonna be, and can you tell us a little bit about it? What's behind it?
It's a song called "Let This Happen." It's an original.
Okay.
It is on Spotify. Well, you just asked me what are
Yeah.
my
So-
platforms.
There you
So
go.
you're
Yeah,
on
let
Spotify.
But I
your
am
Spotify
on.
out.
We're
There
on
you go.
Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, Pandora, all those
Okay.
cool places. So it's called "Let This Happen." I recorded this in 2018, and I just told people about it this year, though. Really, and I did it with someone local, an artist by the name of Zach Walther.
Okay.
He's really awesome. You get a chance to check him
Yep.
out also.
We've saw him several times.
But he features on this song on the album. But now my Zach sings with me on it, so
Very cool.
we do it
Oh,
live.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
yeah.
guys?
We're gonna do a song called "Let This Happen." It's an original, and you can find it on all major music platforms: Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, Pandora, all those cool places. Hope you like it. Feel it in your soul. Hear me whisper what you already know. Let it all sink in, for it's only the beginning. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I'm trying. Maybe I'm trying. To let you in, please let me in. Let this happen. To let you in, please let me in. Let this happen. Feel my every word. Let me hold ya. Ooh, bring us closer. Let my heart beat with yours, with yours, with yours, oh honey. Maybe I'm trying. Maybe I'm trying. To let you in, please
please let me in. Let this happen. To let you in, please let me in. Let this happen. I want you to know where I'm coming from. I want you to know that I choose us. Want you to know where I'm coming from. Want you to know that I choose us. Maybe I'm trying. Baby, I'm trying. Yeah. To let you in, please let me in. Let this happen. To let you in, please let me in. Let this happen.
Ready.